Hello students. In this video I am going to explain the next topic, that is pleiotropy. Pleiotropy, it is a special case when a single gene affect more than one phenotype. The best example of it is a disease known as phenylketonuria. How it affect? It is a gene mutation. Single gene mutation, a mutation take place in a single gene. What is the function of that gene? It produces an enzyme that is known as phenylalanine hydroxylase. The function of this enzyme is breakdown of phenylalanine, that is an amino acid. In the absence of this enzyme due to the mutation in the gene, there is no breakdown of phenylalanine and this amino acid start to accumulate in the cells. Now, what will be the result of this defective gene? Here we have two different genotypes. Number one, mental retardation will take place in that individual. Second, its gene also affect that metabolic pathway is also responsible, and there will be reduction in hair and skin pigmentation. So this is an example of pleiotropy. A single gene may affect more than one phenotypic expression. Second example in the pleiotropy, I would like to explain from the pea plant, sweet pea plant. In that case, you know very well, you have studied the seed shape. You have studied the seed shape, inheritance of seed shape in dihybrid cross. Now we will talk about this gene that is responsible for the seed shape. Now here we are using the genotype B and capital B. This is a single gene which express the two phenotype. One is the starch grain size formation and second the seed shape. In case of capital B, if we talk about the seed shape, then it is round. And if we talk about the starch grain size, then starch grain size are big one. They are bigger in shape. If we talk about small b, both alleles are recessive, then here it produces wrinkled seeds and the starch grain size is small. So this is a single gene that is responsible for the two phenotypic expression. One is starch grain size, the size is big due to these allele, and due to that when it will mature, the seed will mature, it will appear round. In case of small b, as both the allele, it is making the small starch grain size, and after maturation of seed it will observed as wrinkled. Now come to the condition capital B, small b. You have already studied in Mendel's law that for round and wrinkled, round is a dominant trait. So you will get here round seeds on maturity. But what about the starch grain size? Starch grain size is intermediate. Here we are getting intermediate starch grain size. It means it is this phenotypic expression is between these two alleles. Okay, it means from here first we are getting the example of pleiotropy, but I would like to explain here about the feature of allele. Here capital B is dominant over small b if we concern the shape of the seed. Okay, but due to its same metabolic pathway that it is making the starch grain size, if we observe the phenotype, it is intermediate. in this case, if we are considering the phenotypic expression of starch grain size, then capital B allele showing the incomplete dominance. Incomplete dominance. So, this example also clear the concept about the allele, that the allele is not dominant or its product is not dominant. Dominance depend on the expression of the product that we are concerning. Like if we are concerning the shape of the seed, then capital B is a dominant one. But if we are concerning the product of starch grain size, then it is incomplete dominant. Okay, so these are the two examples of pleiotropy. Now next I will explain you about the polygenes. Polygenes or polygenic inheritance or cumulative inheritance. Polygenic inheritance, or it is also known as quantitative inheritance or cumulative inheritance. It is again a special kind of inheritance. In case of polygenic inheritance, more than one pair of genes are responsible for the expression of single character. The best example is human skin color. Human skin color, here for a one phenotypic expression, more than one genes are responsible, and we represent them if we are talking about negro color, that is dark complexion, very dark color, and white. Then these color are due to the genotype. Here capital A, capital A, capital B, capital B, capital C, capital C. For the white skin color, here small a, small a, small b, small b, small c, small c. So this single character of skin pigmentation is controlled. It is affected by more than one allelic pair. Here we have three different pairs. These alleles may be present on the same homologous chromosome or on the different chromosome, and their dominant allele affect the expression of phenotype. Like here we have 6 dominant allele, then it is showing the maximum expression of the phenotype. The skin color is the darkest one. In case of white, there is no dominant allele and it has the zero expression of the skin color, that is white in color. That's why we use the word quantitative. The phenotype is expressed by the number of dominant alleles. So it is called quantitative. Whatever the number of the allele, dominant allele, the expression will be more. That's why it is called cumulative inheritance. So now we will go for the gametes. Here, and in this case, this will be the structure of gamete, fertilization. F1, this will be the genotype of F1. Here we can find out 1, 2, 3, 1 capital A, 1 capital B and 1 capital C is present. Means 3 dominant alleles are present. So its color will be in between these two. Because there are 6 dominant allele, there are 0 dominant allele. So this F1 hybrid individual will have exact the middle color of between these two, and that is called mulatto. This will be the intermediate color. Intermediate color of skin. Now we will further study the F2 generation by making the gamete of this kind of genotype. Okay, so for polygenic inheritance, to explain it in F2 generation, I use these symbols. For example, for the Negro, it is the darkest complexion, and I said that we have to count the dominant allele. So I represent it by the symbol of 6 dominant color. They are representing the dominant allele, or simply by counting the 6 number of black dots, we can say it is the darkest person. In case of white, there is all the recessive allele, so no pigment is there. I use the green color to represent it. Here I made the gametes, 3 dominant allele, 3 black dots, no dominant allele, no black dots. In F1 generation, here are 3 dominant allele and there are recessive allele from the white parent. So intermediate color due to the presence of 3 dominant allele, 1, 2, 3, capital A, capital B, capital C. I just write the number of dominant symbol 1, 2, 3, dark color, black spot. This color is mulatto. Now I already explained you how you have to make the gametes. Again I show you here the Fogg method. Capital A small a को लिखा, then capital B small b, then bifurcate capital C small c. So here is the 8 different probability of gametes. Now we will use the symbol again because it is a cumulative effect, or only the dominant allele add the expression of phenotype. So here all the capital alphabet written here, it means all the alleles are dominant. So I made here 3 dark spot. In case of here 2 dominant allele, 2 black, 1 green. Here small b is there, 2 dominant, 2 black, 1 green, and so on. Clear? So this is the way, instead of writing alphabet, I use the symbol, the dark color, to show the dark color in the skin. So I use these symbols to write here in the gametes, male gamete as well as in case of female gamete. So here in the first, here are the 3 dominant allele, again 3 dominant allele, they fuse together, we are getting the 6 dominant allele, and this is for the very dark color, the darkest color, that is called Negro. Okay, now we can combine all these allele, like in the next column I have drawn here 2 dark or 2 capital alphabet from this side, 3 from this side. I total drawn here 5, and 1 is recessive allele. So definitely this color will be less than this darkest one. This will be a light brown color. In this, here 2 dominant allele come from this side, 2 from this side. We have 4 dominant allele. It means here is 4 in comparison to 5. It will be the lighter brown color. Here only 3 dominant allele is there. It means it is just like the F1 generation, means just intermediate between the Negro and white, that is mulatto. Next case I drawn here only 2 dominant allele, then it is the light brown color, okay, less than the mulatto. Next I have drawn here only 1 dominant allele, then it is very light brown color. Clear? Next here no dominant allele, it means it is equal to the recessive parent, that is white in color. So we can use a symbol, or just as the number of dominant allele will express the phenotypic expression, responsible for the phenotypic expression. So we can write the number of dominant alleles like this. So 1 I have drawn here, 5 dominant allele. We can write like this. We can count where we are getting the 5 dominant allele. So this is 6 times out of 64. Next we can count for the 4. how many 4 are present? That is 15. We are getting the dark brown. Okay. Then how many of mulatto? Then we can count, it is 20 out of 64. Then only the 2 dominant allele means light brown, it is again 15 out of 64. Then only having 1 dominant allele means very light brown color, it is 6 out of 64. And last one, no one, all the alleles are recessive, so it will be the white color, it is only 1. So we can use this way to express the polygenic inheritance. More than one genes are responsible for a single trait. So the phenotypic ratio in F2 generation is 1:6:15:20:15:6:1. So this is all about the cumulative or quantitative polygenic inheritance. Thank you.